Hello, welcome to this update for parts of the U.S. and Canada. So let's just kind of update on the situation we had of severe weather and some systems heading towards Atlantic Canada. So first, there's this marginal risk today, parts of Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and southeastern Nebraska. So let's see. There's 5% wind threat added now for parts of Kansas and Missouri, and hail is still the bigger 5%. So yeah, and tornado less than 2%. So let's see. Isolated large hail 1 to 1.75 inches in diameter. Isolated strong gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, possible from eastern Kansas into northern Missouri and much of Iowa this evening to tonight. So be aware there, and also the general storms around it. And just some general storms tomorrow from Arkansas to Pennsylvania. Day 3, no thunderstorms forecast, so be aware there. There's just the elevated fire, parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. Today, so be aware some windy conditions, maybe some dry conditions could cause some fires. Or yeah, and then let's see, there's the excessive rainfall marginal from Kansas to Illinois. Today, day 2 nothing, day 3 nothing, day 4 nothing, day 5 nothing still, so be aware there. The precipitation today, mainly the storms in those areas, close to 1 to 1.25 inches in some spots of rain. Tomorrow, more in the northwest in Washington, some more in the Midwest, some showers. Day 3, some more from Oregon to California and Washington, and a shower or two in the south. Day 4, more in the northwest near the southeast. Day 5, more on the west and central Rockies in many areas, and some in Florida. Day 6, there will likely be this cold front there in some areas, traversing, some rain in Florida too. Day 7, this bigger front there in some of the northwest and Florida still. Day 1 through 7 shows a lot parts of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and a lot in the northwest, especially in Washington. The whole 7 days might be close to 5 inches or more, some areas there. Shows some more in Florida too, in some areas, but very little. Snowfall doesn't show anything great today, nor Friday, nor Saturday, but Saturday starts showing a hint in Washington, but only a tiny hint. You'll be more in British Columbia. And then day 4 already shows more snow throughout Washington, possibly into Northern California and Oregon, in parts of Idaho and Montana too. Day 5 still shows some snow across the west, the Rockies. Day 6 more in Wyoming, parts of Colorado and Utah. This is next Tuesday. And day 7 still shows some in the northwest there in some areas. So this might change. There are just some snow probabilities. Like for October 26th, we have this light probabilities there in Washington. This is like this is Sunday. It shows more snow in Canada, parts of eastern Quebec and British Columbia and Alberta. But in the US, mainly Washington shows a tiny hint on Sunday. So yeah, be aware. And let's just see this for curiosity, but there's not much of heat to talk about at the moment. Just in the southwest and the south, some minor heat risk, very minor. Then Sunday, Monday, yeah, it goes all the way to like moderate heat risk next Tuesday in Florida, but very minor. Texas, some areas of moderate too, so nothing crazy. Shows that heavy freezing spray warning the northern coast of Alaska, some more red flag warnings in Oklahoma, even New Jersey there looks like it, and some more in Colorado, and some freeze warnings in parts of Northern California, Oregon, Washington, and some frost advisories there too. So let's see here, maybe some alerts in Canada. So let's see if it loads here. So bear see down here. So northwestern territory still those snow squall watches there near Palauk and East Channel region. And we have the rainfall warnings in Newfoundland and Labrador for the system coming tomorrow, Friday. And Nova Scotia does rainfall warnings, special weather statements too. So it's mainly for this system here coming. So let's take a look at And also the European model has this going up there. Some rain in Nova Scotia, but the heaviest rain will be in Newfoundland there. Some parts of the Avalon Peninsula and near St. Mary, Cape Brawley, and some others. Some very heavy rain there. Then it shows in St. John's too, some heavy rain, Bay Bulls, and many areas. And the worst will be in that small peninsula, but it does show some more in St. Pierre and Miquelon, some other areas on Newfoundland might have some heavy rain too. And then it shows that the low pressure still brings some rain on Saturday, but most of it is gone by Saturday afternoon. And Nova Scotia doesn't show much rain, but it shows more in northern Nova Scotia. So be aware. There's the GFS too, shows the system there, goes into like Newfoundland there, some very heavy rain tomorrow Friday, then still some rain on Saturday, and that's by Saturday afternoon. But once again on Sunday shows a small system from eastern Quebec going to northern Nova Scotia and Newfoundland with some snow there, some rain and snow, and shows more snow showers Monday into Tuesday, some more snow showers in those areas according to the GFS. The European also has the snow in eastern Quebec. Sunday, parts of New Brunswick, even shows some snow in Maine and New Hampshire. It goes into Nova Scotia on Monday, some snow in Tuesday. So yeah, be aware for the picture with the system shows that snow right parts of northern Manitoba, northwestern territories and Nunavut, and northern Quebec already has some snow, but there's this cold front there that's severe at the parts of the US, and then a part of it will go into Ontario, and then we'll start with snow in Quebec on Saturday, some rain there into Labrador, shows those snow showers there on Sunday. So yeah, be aware. On the west, we have this big cyclone on the Pacific. Yeah, it goes more towards parts of Oregon and Washington right on Saturday. This is like very early on Saturday, but shows more rain. Northern Washington will be heavier Saturday afternoon, and like also arrives in southern British Columbia with more snow and rain. Shows especially more snow northern British Columbia and rain southern Alaska there, and more snow in the mountains of southern Alaska. Then shows this snow goes north on Sunday towards Yukon, Northwestern Territories, and some more areas. The European has this system continuing across parts of Oregon, Washington, with more rain on Sunday into Idaho and Montana. Even rain, snow, even rain to Northern California, and then it has like more snow and rain into Alberta, goes into Saskatchewan with more snow there, into Nunavut and Northwestern Territories on Monday, shows some more rain and snow, and then shows more rain to Manitoba and some snow next Tuesday, even shows some storms possibly next Tuesday. This will be like in the night. It shows into Wisconsin, northern Michigan, and parts of Ontario, some storms, and then it shows another front with snow in Quebec late next Tuesday, and parts of Manitoba too. And now the European has another system near southern Alaska, a bigger one with a lot of snow and heavy rain in southern Alaska, more snow in Yukon, eventually to British Columbia too, and even Washington with more snow across the west next Thursday. And meanwhile, there's the system before that will likely bring more snow parts of Nevada, the Sierra Nevada, into Utah and Colorado too. This shows a lot of snow next Wednesday in Wyoming, and yeah, many areas. Then shows another big front next Thursday. So we'll watch for that, but that's the general situation. There's the accumulation from the European. It does have a lot there, close to 100 millimeters until next Tuesday in parts of southern British Columbia, and shows there like northern Washington close to 3 inches or 4 inches in some areas, 4 to almost 5 inches in the coast there. This until next Tuesday. If I put this until next Friday, it shows more than 5-6 inches there in parts of Washington and Oregon. So yeah, be aware. Shows some in Colorado, so 1 inch, more there in Iowa, close to like 1.5 inches or something. In Minnesota, less than an inch, and yeah, more in other areas. So yeah, and shows more there more rain parts of British Columbia, but a lot of that will be snow in Alberta, some more parts of Manitoba, and let's see here, shows some more rain in Ontario and Newfoundland there, where the system will be, shows more than 130 millimeters, so there are some potential flooding in some areas there within the heaviest rains, so be careful, more than 122, 131, so yeah, be careful. That's the European. The GFS more than 123, 118 millimeters. Let's see if you zoom in further. If you zoom in further, you have more than 134 millimeters by the GFS, parts of Newfoundland and St. Pierre and Miquelon, some more there. Further north, more than 133 millimeters, so be careful those areas. So there's this other model too. Uh, it's more high resolution. It does shows close to 165 millimeters, parts of Newfoundland there. So be careful with this system. So let's see, snowfall now shows there's the European model until next Tuesday, shows that snow in Quebec, some more snow in Quebec, 25 centimeters to 21 eastern Quebec. Does show some snow in western Newfoundland there, shows more parts of Nova Scotia, some tiny hints in Nova Scotia there of snow, shows more snow southern Quebec in two parts of Maine, some in northern New Hampshire, and even Vermont, a tiny hint in New York, and then shows more, some tiny hints throughout Ontario, nothing heavy, but there might be some light snow at times. Manitoba a little bit more, shows into Saskatchewan more than 20 centimeters, shows into Nunavut, some more snow there, 19 centimeters, 4, so yeah, be aware, some more general snow, a little bit heavier central eastern Nunavut, shows heavy snow parts of the mountains of British Columbia, some more than 90 centimeters in some areas, some more snow in some areas, except for some very low-lying locations, but the other areas should get a lot of snow. British Columbia, parts of western Alberta, and more snow northern British Columbia, a lot there. Into Yukon, except northern Yukon, there will be less, but central southern Yukon shows more snow, some lighter snow in northwestern territories. Where those snow squall watches are, they show more than 19 centimeters. Palauk there, some 6 centimeters, so there might be some more snow from time to time. Shows more than 77 centimeters, parts of southern Yukon, into Alaska, more than 100 centimeters there, close to like 4 inches of snow. Other areas of the mountains of Alaska, some 44 inches, but these are mainly the very high peaks, so very few people live in those high mountains, but be aware. Shows some more snow western Alaska, central western Alaska, some more there, even the middle of the ocean. So let's see, then it shows that snow in Washington there. Until next Tuesday, some 7 to 14 inches of snow. Some air shows 15 inches, 9 inches of snow. And then in Oregon there shows more along the Cascades, some 6 to 8 inches. And should have some in the Sierra Nevada, a little bit. In Nevada, some 4 inches. In Utah. And then let's see, northern Utah will be more, but in Colorado will be a little bit heavier, close to 11 inches, 7 inches, especially in Wyoming, some 8 inches, so more snow parts of Wyoming into like western Montana, some more general snow, even northern New Mexico, tiny hint, and northern Arizona, very tiny hint. So be aware. And until next Saturday, the second, so not this Saturday, but the next one, it shows more snow in Colorado, more Wyoming, many areas, but it's like too far out, like 1 week out. So let's focus on the shorter term. There's the GFS, it shows more throughout Utah, Colorado, Nevada, Northern California, Oregon, Washington, shows more snow throughout those areas. Does show some in Maine there, parts of Vermont. It shows that snow near Nova Scotia, central Quebec, and it has a lot parts of British Columbia and Alaska too. So be careful. There are the wind gusts from the GFS, from the system there. So it has parts of southeastern Newfoundland, close to 58 mile per hour gusts, or like some 93 kilometer per hour gusts there. So some very high gusts. Nova Scotia should get some higher gusts. Later on, shows higher gusts into central Newfoundland, some 88 kilometer per hour gusts, some 65. So be aware. Then it goes away. There's the European, It does show that this comes there around St. John's, some 78 km per gust in the southern part there. St. John's some 55 km per gust. So yeah, this keeps going. Shows southern Newfoundland all the way to 90 km per gust, part of southern Newfoundland. This is just a forecast. It can change. Like those 90 km per gust are showing there now, but they might be there later. So this might change. Just be aware if you are in any of those areas. Then we have the other system from Quebec on Sunday. Shows some more gusty winds in the ocean there, close to 60, 70 km per gusts. Shows gusty winds in parts of the northeastern US too, and generally in Quebec, some gusty winds there. So yeah, so especially later, actually early on Saturday night, shows more than some 80 km per gust in Hudson Bay in Quebec. Central Quebec showing some higher gusts too, and then this goes there. So be aware. And on the west, we still have those higher gusts there, uh, near Colorado. Some 48 mile per gusts today. The European model is more than 70 mile per hour gusts per parts of Washington, 48 mile per hour gusts. This keeps going there. Shows that those winds eventually transition to northern Montana, so 44 mile per hour gusts. Yeah, even more from time to time, especially later. So this is next Monday, the 28th. The European model is like 50 mile per hour gusts, more than 55 in Washington. So it's really gusty winds from the northwest next Monday, including like the Sierra Nevada, California, is more than 45 mile per gusts. So very windy across the northwest, all the way into Wyoming. Some gusty winds there. Northern Montana might get very windy. Then it has this continuing, getting particularly strong next Monday. Parts of Montana like more than 61 mile per gusts, some other areas, and then this kind of goes. But now the European model show another situation. The Southern Rockies, Colorado goes to 60 mile per gusts next Tuesday night, the 29th, 4 mile per gust. So gusty in Southern California next Tuesday night and evening, shows more in Nevada, Colorado, some gusty winds. This goes, and now the European model has some really crazy situations, some very high winds through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas next Tuesday, the 18th, and then this continues, goes into the Midwest, has more strong winds following north. So this will be a crazy situation. Let's see what the GFS has. It has next Monday some strong winds in parts of the northwest too, but it doesn't have as widespread. It has more in Idaho, has Montana too. Then it has those winds picking up near the plains there. It barely has anything like California, Nevada. It has more next Monday in the plains picking up there, especially next Tuesday. So the GFS already some very big winds in the plains next Tuesday as well. So we'll monitor there. There's the icon. The icon is a little bit different. It shows some really extraterrestrial wind gusts parts of New Mexico next Wednesday, more than 69 mile per hour gusts into northern Mexico. It has into the lower plains too, more than 50 mile per hour gusts, not other parts of Utah. So this will be next Wednesday. Shows worse in the plains next Wednesday too. So yeah, next Tuesday it even has like earlier next Monday more across the southwest in many areas. So we have to monitor this next situation coming up. So yeah, and then here shows it has as the system comes into British Columbia there. It has some really high winds too, more than 74 km per hour gusts, some areas there, more than 80 km per hour gusts, lower British Columbia, some other areas there, southern Alaska, close to 93 km per hour gusts, into Alberta there, and then it shows southern Alberta some more. And as we start getting that system next week, Those winds from Montana will also affect Alberta, close to 87 km per gust, some 85 km per gust. Kind of windy across British Columbia still, some areas of gusty winds, and then this shows a fragment of the system going to like Saskatchewan with some gusty winds. Next Monday, this keeps going to Manitoba. Still shows next Monday night some gusty winds into Manitoba, and eventually into Quebec again, near Ontario, especially northern Quebec later, and northern Manitoba next Wednesday, and showing some bigger systems, those more Arctic islands there with some gusty winds next Wednesday. So yeah, and then we have that storm in Alaska there. The big side in the Pacific shows some gusty winds are southernmost Alaska, close to 69 km per gust, and then it shows this starts going more southern Alaska. Bears show here like some 46 mile per gust, 47 mile per gust. Then it has like southernmost Alaska, some 67, 671 mile per gusts occasionally in some areas there. And then it has like more into next Wednesday. Some really crazy winds, more than 85 mile per gusts. This forecast will change. It might not be this strong. Like the GFS barely has any big winds over Alaska. Just like on Tuesday, more than 62 mile per gust there, and in the Aleutian Islands. So this forecast will still change, but then shows going to southernmost Alaska later with very strong winds, and eventually into British Columbia next Wednesday the 30th, close to like some, let's see, some 101 km per gust part to British Columbia there. And yeah, so stay safe from those systems. And let's see, the temperature is still very cold in northern Canada, especially northwestern Canada, close to minus 20 Celsius in some areas. So be aware. And then it shows this negative temperature sticking down all the way to like southern Manitoba, Ontario there, parts of Saskatchewan and Alberta, so some very low temperatures, some negative temperatures near Labrador and Quebec as well. Then it shows it digs down all the way to southern Quebec, those negative temperatures, -6, -8, -4, and goes all the way down into like the northeastern US there. Next Sunday, right, shows more negative temperatures throughout eastern Canada next Monday, and yeah, -8, parts of northern Quebec and Labrador, and still pretty cold across the west there. So be aware of those areas. Now, today we still have those 90s temperatures, parts of the plains in the US and the southwest there. Those colder temperatures in the northwest. Some 80s in the southeast, some 60s along the east coast, and 70s. So yeah, so because we have those above average temperatures in like the eastern US now, but they will soon become below average. As you can see tonight to tomorrow, already some 30s in the northeast and very low 20s and teens in the mountains of the west there already. Some 20s in Montana, parts of, of the Dakotas, Nebraska, some 30s, so be careful of the colder temperatures there. Tomorrow still some 90s in Texas, some 80s in the south, 90s in the southwest, and colder up north. And show like tomorrow's Friday, so Friday night into Saturday, some more 20s in the north there, colder in the mountains there, in the northeast kind of colder, but not as much as tonight. Shows Saturday during the day, they still don't have anything, so just ignore that. And but you still be generally some 90s in the southwest and some 80s in the south on Saturday, and then it shows that Saturday night into Sunday more 30s in the northeast already, in the Midwest, some 20s in parts of the Rockies there, and shows like day 4, some for Sunday afternoon. Let's see here, show some 90s still in the southwest and in the south, and some 80s in the southeast, and all the way to 100 in Arizona, some 70s in the plains, 40s in the northeast, not there, but Sunday night into Monday, you really go down in the northeast, some 20s Fahrenheit, low 20s, some more 30s, and especially Maine, but very cold there in the northeast, shows some 20s parts of Oregon, still in the mountains, some teens in the higher mountains of the Rockies there, and then Day 5, Monday afternoon, still very cold across the mountains of the west, northeast, and shows some high 80s, still 90s across the southern plains and southwest there in Florida. So yeah, and then it goes very down the west next Tuesday, from next Monday to Tuesday, some 27 to 28, 22 Fahrenheit, and especially in those higher mountain tops of the northwest there, might get all the way to some low teens, especially here, shows some 13 Fahrenheit, 21, some 29, 22, so be aware in the southwestern US. For California, some 15 Fahrenheit, 21. In those more purplish areas, even lower temperatures. Northern Arizona, some colder temperatures too. And from Wednesday night to Thursday, still shows those very low teens there. Some 15, 17 Fahrenheit, very cold in the Rockies too. Colorado, some 20s, teens and low 20s. The Sierra Nevada, very cold, less than 12 Fahrenheit, so 19 Fahrenheit, so be careful there. And for the northwest on that day, for like Tuesday into Wednesday, shows very cold across Montana and Idaho, some 20s, 30s, especially like some teens, 10 Fahrenheit, parts of northwestern Wyoming, some 15, 14 Fahrenheit, so very cold across those areas there. So like so here for, so let's see day 6 maximum temperatures. So shows still day 6 for Tuesday during the day, hot across the southern plains, the southwest, and kind of warm to hot ahead of the cold front. It shows very cold in the northwest in some areas, especially in the mountains during the day. And then day 6 here, let's see, day 6 minimum temperatures. I showed very cold across the west, but the cold goes all the way into like Minnesota, the Dakotas, northern New Mexico, Arizona, cold in those areas too. And then day 7 max, still hot across the south and cold across the northwest. So be aware. And like the 24-hour max wind gusts, very windy in northern Colorado, more than 60 mile per hour gusts, even 70, some areas there, and windy across parts of the plains too. So yeah, let's maybe see one last thing with the GFS here. So let's see if I find it, because this is so slow here. So let's see if this is it. So here, this is so slow. So like here, just a second here. So this is the GFS. So it shows those troughs and those systems coming there. We are potentially watching for some severe weather down the road with those troughs out west there. So this is October 30th, shows the strong jet there in parts of the north in Canada. Then let's see later on about November 2nd if there's something. So shows that trough digging in there into the west might cause some severe weather later in the plains, especially here. Let's take a look. So it shows this curving out there and that big trough across the west all the way to the plains. So better watch the first week of November, maybe for some severe weather. Like the second week of November shows a trough digging further south there. So this is the GFS. The forecast might change, but we're just watching there for those systems, potentially the ones that will bring those strong winds and everything. So this mainly it. Stay safe in those areas. Let's just show you one last thing that I always forget. So there's the marginal risk today, today's Thursday the 24th. The HER does show those storms like Kansas, especially In Missouri, there's some more storms, shows more rain Minnesota, but the actual severe stuff it shows to firing very late in the evening. This almost night. This is weird because it shows night already, but shows at tonight some bigger line of storms in Kansas, parts of Iowa. Might be some more severe storms at the end of the day. Shows more in Missouri. The line of storms goes there. Some more storms, so yeah, be aware there. And this may